This is Knights of the Nerd Republic, episode 28.
The Nerd Academy podcast is released weekly at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, available on our website at www.thenerdacademypodcast.com and wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find the Nerd Academy podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can also help support the show by going to patreon.com/The Nerd Academy podcast, where every donation allows us to bring you more exciting content every week.
Hello there and welcome back to Knights of the Nerd Republic, the show that brings you all of the news and commentary from that galaxy far, far away. I am your host, Jared the Dark Jedi Bachman Stubbs, and on the horn today we have Alexis Capel, the Consular.
Hello.
We have the Professor, your favorite Gungan Sith Lord.
Oh, boyos. Oh, man. So good. So good to be back.
You stretched into that, and that may have been your best Oyo Boyos.
I think I figured out what I have to do to be awake on set, and it's to take a shower before coming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's part of your ritual now? I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And engineering and commentating, we have the Sentinel, Joel Basenbeck.
Hello. I'm really tired. I would like to go to bed.
Yeah, Joel and I had a very fun adventure bro date today, so he's a little poop, but we're going to power through.
Yeah, I stayed up really late. I stayed up really late last night.
Say.
I got back from hanging out with you guys and what did we watch last night? The Shimoda.
Something called something like that. It wasn't much.
And and then I didn't have time to sleep in because I had to be back in the morning for another episode, which is coming everybody's way. Shameless
Not everybody's way. Patrons' way.
Well, I mean, one way or another.
Eventually, it'll get into like the main podcast feed.
That's what he meant.
No, just give a few bucks on the Patreon, and you can listen to the next episode of the KNR Versus series. Shameless plug.
Indeed.
Yeah, had a lot of fun recording that with Spencer. Exar Kun versus Count Dooku. Check it out. Coming on Tuesday, we are going to have the Nerd Academy podcast, San Diego Comic-Con News Roundup. However, we still do have a decent news cycle coming from Star Wars, including stuff from San Diego.
All right, hit me up.
All right, so we're going to go a little out of order of what we have in the notes here. We're going to start with the San Diego stuff. The Lucasfilm publishing panel happened. And here we have a list of some of the stuff that got announced. Up first, we have the lightsaber collection, which will basically be a cross-section of every lightsaber we see on screen across the Star Wars franchise.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
Is that going to be like a book?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and what makes me excited... Sorry, what was that, Alexis? We keep accidentally talking over each other.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whenever I was in fifth grade, Scholastic Book Fair. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right? Everybody's happy now just by saying those words.
I smelt it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got so hyped when they handed out the flyers for what was going to be there. There's green and purple flyers. And there was a book called Star Wars Lightsaber Guide to the Weapon of the Force. I was there so quickly to buy a copy of that thing and sat up all night reading it. And I've thought to myself in the new canon, I'm like, man, I'm waiting for them to do another one of these, but updated with everybody's lightsaber.
Yeah,
here we go. It's
go.
Great Star Wars coffee table book.
It should come packaged with a random lightsaber.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Completely random.
They can afford it.
They definitely can. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, random lightsaber.
Who would you want?
Who would I want?
Yeah.
I know it's kind of vanilla, but I really want a Dooku saber.
Yeah?
Yeah. I know it's not a deep cut or
No,
anything.
it doesn't have to be a deep cut.
Ooh, I like the aesthetic.
Joel?
Yeah.
Joel, if this were to happen,
It just screams like I'm better than you.
Where were you during the Versus series? I like that description. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the one you want to read about the most in that book as well, then. Or is there like another one in there that you're like, ooh, I really want to...
No, yeah, like I want to learn about all the sabers I don't see.
Yeah?
Like from my point of view, you know?
Okay. I feel that.
Yeah. Dooku saber, it's a Dooku saber, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I want it to be mine, is the thing.
Joel,
I want it to be my saber.
Is there a saber either you would want to come packaged with it, or one that you're like, ooh, I want to read what they got about this one?
That is such a tough decision. Naturally, I have to say I want a life-size Yoda lightsaber that is exact replica.
Like the Shoto style, yeah.
Yep, and it's extremely like shortened, obviously, so it's more like a dagger, and that'll be my dagger, and the dagger lightsaber, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Shoto.
Space toothpick.
Space toothpick.
And then you got my own Sentinel thing. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
That would be my get-up.
See, the cover art for this, and I'm going to jump in here before I pitch to Alexis, just because I'm chomping at the bit to talk about it. The cover has, from left to right, Mace Windu's, Luke's green saber, Vader's lightsaber, and Leia's. And I really, really want to learn as much as we can about Leia's. Because it is such a gorgeous hilt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stylish. That's like... I don't know, that gives me like a meet George Jetson. It looks like one of those buildings.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think.
I can see that.
It's been like over a decade since I watched any of that, but yeah, it looks cool. Wow.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Like, I really want to get into the specs of what her sword was like. Alexis, is there a specific saber you want to dive into once this comes out?
I don't know. I think you think I'm going to say Rey's.
I mean, say whichever one you want.
Rey. Probably Rey's, but also maybe Ahsoka's.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Either, the green or like...
Green and yellow.
Yeah.
Green and yellow.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Stop, both of you. I don't
like what it is.
Stop.
Green and yellow.
That made me uncomfortable.
So you wouldn't care which Ahsoka sabers?
No, I don't think so.
Ahsoka's going to take up so much of that book.
Does she have 5 now?
Yeah, well, she had the green one she started with, and then she had that yellow Shoto, and then she switched
2 blue ones,
and then the 2 blue,
and then the 2 white ones.
There's so many,
6.
we could have a full National Geographic documentary about it.
Just Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Just about Ahsoka's lightsabers.
Is it gonna be like?
And there's the rumor in Mando she's gonna have 1 blue saber.
I see. Are they going to throw in weapons that can go toe to toe with a saber too?
That would be cool. I'd like to see
Like she
that.
has that metal stick in Rebels, right?
Yeah.
At the end of Rebels.
The Ahsoka, the white staff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to have
be cool.
the, what is that one? What is it? Black saber?
Oh, the dark
they
saber.
got to.
I
Dark
hope.
saber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they didn't, with how popular that's become.
Yeah.
Is the saber whip still canon?
So
And which Sith used that?
So in canon, we have not explicitly seen a light whip.
Okay.
In the Slaver arc in Clone Wars, there were people using energy whips that were basically light whips, and in Legends, it was Dark Lady Lumaya.
The Dark Lady or Dark Lady Lumaya?
Dark Lady Lumaya. Thing? I mean, yeah, she was basically the Dark Lady of the Sith.
Aura Singh's master.
No, that was Anya Kuro.
But I thought that was the Dark Lady. Yeah.
Or the Dark Woman was
Dark
her nickname.
Woman.
Yeah,
Dark Woman.
Dark Lady, as in instead of Lord.
I'm a fake fan.
I have no idea who you're talking about. So.
All right, in the old canon, Aura Singh was a Jedi Padawan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her master is this woman called the Dark Woman. I don't know if she ever got a canon real name.
Anya Kuro.
Yeah, you just said it. Okay. But then I don't know what happened. Aura Singh failed or something.
Yeah, she went crazy, became a Jedi hunter. Anya Kuro survived the Purge and then was personally killed by Vader.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she went underground like right whenever shit popped off.
So anyway, I do not think that is in the new canon, since we've seen enough of Aura Singh where she like should have used Force by now. So.
Which is really unfortunate. That was when she was showing up in Clone Wars. I was hoping we'd see her get her Dark Jedi on, but we didn't. But yeah, very excited for the lightsaber book. That's probably my favorite one here. We also have more installments of the IDW Tales from Vader's Castle. This time called Shadow of Vader's Castle. Your normal kind of like Tales from the Crypt, only Star Wars. We have more of the Star Wars adventures, kind of like the Young Reader comics. Myths and Fables. Stories that will appropriately be set back on Batuu and across the galaxy on Endor, Dathomir, and Mon Cala. Plus, each one comes with new artwork from illustrator Grant Griffin. So Myths and Fables was really cool. There was one that came out earlier this year that was very much like a more mythologized version of the Force. Clearly, people who didn't quite understand what they were seeing, kind of in the same way that ancient people would see lightning strike and went, "Ooh, the gods are angry."
Holy crap! And that's totally understandable, by the way. A couple years ago, southwestern Pennsylvania got some tornadoes, and like the smart people we were, me and my dad were standing outside watching him, and they were coming eastward. We saw them on the ground, and then it lifted back up, and the funnel cloud was right over our house. And my dad has better video than me, because back then I still had my flip phone, which doesn't really take any good photos or video.
Yeah, no, it's just a potato.
It was the coolest thing I have ever seen. Like, just to see everything moving, that shot of adrenaline.
I'm sure.
To be like so close to something so dangerous and grand, and like there's nothing as a human you can do about it. Yeah. And then we watched it touch back down in Mammoth.
Wow.
Over the tree line. So it's cool. I like weather stuff. I wish we saw more weather force in Star Wars.
I agree with that. I could use some more Force Storm. We also have one of the books from the High Republic, A Test of Courage, Justina Ireland's, I believe this is the YA book coming out. And we actually found out that one of the characters who are going to be in A Test of Courage is an ancestor of Sana Starros, who is Han Solo's ex-wife in canon.
Huh.
Which is fun.
You learn something new every day. I didn't know he had an ex-wife.
It was kind of like they kind of got married as a con.
Oh.
And then like Han realized it was about to go south and then just got the hell out of there. But one of the issues of like the main Star Wars comic ends with her showing up and Leia going, "Who the hell are you?" And she just looks directly at Han and goes, "I'm his wife." End of the issue.
I see.
But yeah, she's become a fan favorite, so that's cool. They got another little kids book called A Jedi You Will Be. This story is geared towards young readers, so the author wanted to make sure Yoda's teachings were gentle enough. That means no failure in the cave. So we won't see Luke beheading himself.
So the reader gets murdered by Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Nice.
The end of the book is turn around. There's Hayden Christensen just grimacing at you. We have the new issue 1 for the next Darth Vader comic book series that they said will have some interesting ties to the Rise of Skywalker, which to me screams we're going to see Vader find his wayfinder that Kylo gets at the beginning of the movie.
Can we go back to the kids' book, please?
Sure. We could talk about the kids' book.
I hope it's not going to be, but I hope someone at least makes a satire of it where it's just you going around asking the different masters for wisdom and them like showing you what they know or how they view stuff. Like, hey, Master Windu, what do you think of this? And that would be different from like a Qui-Gon or a Kit Fisto, right? So Kit Fisto, how would you go about this? And then the last one, like the last page would be like, hey, Master Skywalker, what are we gonna do?
You sick bastard. You sick bastard.
Well, see, now that's essentially almost the same thing that we have from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Whenever he goes back, and I don't know, have you ever watched it?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure because it looked like you weren't following. But like whenever he goes back and in the Avatar, or in the spirit world, and talks to all of the previous avatars about what to do.
Yeah.
It's like you get to get advice from all the avatars. So you get to get advice from all of the masters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will say, Levi, it is meant to just be like a kid's version of like Luke's training on Dagobah.
Oh.
But all joking aside,
man.
I fucking love your idea. Like, you need to pitch this to Del Rey tonight.
What's his number?
That's the publishing company, but we'll get you in contact.
What's their number?
We'll find out. That is a Google search away.
I'll check their resume, see if they're worthy.
When you're listening to this episode, DM us.
Yes, please. But yeah, I think the episode 9 connection, I think it's going to be about the Wayfinder. Because Kylo's on Mustafar, just outside of Vader's castle.
Yeah.
Where he finds that one. They say only 2 were made. Mm-hmm. So that checks out with the rule of 2, so that one master, one apprentice, both of them get one. So Vader might travel to Exegol in this arc.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
I'd like to see that. And all of the Darth Vader comics have really enjoyed doing weird spirit quest shit with him.
Okay.
So,
do you think we could get more like Sith mythology in the canon with that book?
Absolutely. The Darth Vader books have consistently been like the place we've been getting more Sith lore.
Ooh.
So I think our odds are good at some really dark shit.
I love the hallway where Rey is walking. She's using her lightsaber as a light source. Just all of those huge statues of like Dark Lord. I guess they're Dark Lords of the Sith, which is imagery ripped straight from a Beksinski artwork.
Yeah.
Look him up. His artwork is weird. Demonic.
Yeah, and I'm looking to see like that environment in the pages of a comic book.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. The Darth Vader comics have consistently been some of the best stories to come out of the new canon.
I'll take your word.
We have the Empire Strikes Back from a Certain Point of View coming. We've talked about that at length. Here's one that I'm really excited for. It's called Star Wars The Clone Wars, Stories of Light and Dark, which is basically from a certain point of view, but the Clone Wars. It says here, among other stories retelling key episodes in the animated series, okay, it just kind of jumped over that one. Has a huge list of different authors who are going to be on that one. Specifically, it said that there will be a story told completely from the perspective of Maul's internal monologue. And I'm really curious as to what episode that is. They didn't specify it. It could very well just be the entire thing is just scribbled out Kenobi the whole time.
I think but I will like that story.
I think you will as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I love all the certain point of view stuff, like getting to experience a story outside of just the, hey, here's Luke going on an adventure. You know, like, no, like what's that dipshit in the bar experiencing?
It is very, but just the whole inner monologue thing, it's very anime.
Yeah.
Of them. I think I would like that. Speaking of anime, there's a lot of like reference in My Hero Academia. Like there's Tatooine Station and the Dagobah Ward. Those aren't like actual Japanese places, right?
I don't think so.
That's almost certainly
I don't think
to
so.
Star Wars.
It has to be.
I love that show.
I mean, when there comes a point where there's like the hat trick of Tatooine, Dagobah, Kamino,
Mustafa. Yeah,
Mustafa,
you're
and
right.
Kashyyyk.
Really? Oh, I missed Kashyyyk.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Kashyyyk in there somewhere.
I love that show.
Or Travis or Alexis called the Kashyyyk one to my attention. I just know there's a Kashyyyk thing in My Hero.
Well, I heard Lexi. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
I remember.
Cool.
Yeah. Go
I
check
might
out
be
My Hero.
misremembering, but I think so.
We're all misremembering together. Here's a story I want to see from the Clone Wars from a certain point of view. I want Yoda or Windu during Ahsoka's trial.
Oh,
I want to read it and I want to get angry.
Yeah.
And see all of the Jedi dogma just swirling around in their head. And then for the end of the story to be like, hey, so we fucked up. You want to be a Jedi Knight? No? Okay, that's fair.
Oh, but I don't know. Windu doesn't even say that. He doesn't even say it was his fault.
No, Windu just goes, it was the will of the Force for you to have this trial.
We now understand that this was your Jedi trial. I hate Mace Windu. I would like one with Mother Talzin, actually.
I think I know this book was announced before. I think that's one of the ones that's supposed to be in there. I could be wrong.
Good.
Also, I'm seeing this. Obi-Wan Kenobi wrote about Maul at the first time they meet in the series. So I think the episode from Maul's perspective that they're doing is whenever he and Obi-Wan cross paths again for the first time in like 12 years.
With
2 legs later.
With Savage?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's going to be cool.
That's one of the better fight sequences, I think. For me.
Yeah.
It's just him. Well, the 4 of them, because Ventress is there.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah.
I love
So
that.
good.
I love the banter between Obi-Wan and Maul. Like I like your new legs. They make you look taller. That and whenever
I like it when Obi-Wan and Ventress casually flirt.
the sexual tension between those two is just so much. and I love it way too much. Because like they had like a weird like unspoken thing in the comics in Legends where they kind of had like a weird like Ventress was clearly obsessed with him in a weird way, and Obi-Wan was just like, hey, you know, when I see you, I have to fight you. I might as well flirt while I'm doing it. And I'm glad they kept that in the canon, and there is a very strange sexual tension between Ventress and Obi-Wan.
I think he has a thing for weird facial proportions.
Continue.
I don't know, just because, like, he had a nephew with Satine. She's got that, like,
we're not even going to, like, speculate on that.
That mile-long nose of hers. I don't know. Maybe that's his kink. I don't know.
he has a nose fetish.
Don't do that to my boy.
So, hello there. Oh man, where's Travis at? We have the Poe Dameron.
Kenobi. Sorry.
Oh,
I hate myself for that. I'm sorry. Continue.
That was just cursed, and I just have this image in my head. We have Poe Dameron Freefall, the book that is somehow going to explain the strange continuity error with Poe being a drug dealer. So Poe Dameron Coke Fiend is coming to bookstores near you.
What is the error?
So it was established in like 2 different Poe Dameron comic book series that Poe, like the moment he could, enlisted in the New Republic fleet and then left the like actual New Republic fleet to be a part of the Resistance.
I see.
And that does not leave a whole lot of time for him to be a spice runner. Now, the retcon that basically makes it make sense that they're trying to do is that while he was a teenager, he was slinging spice. Which it's only getting worse the more they try to explain it.
Yeah. Spice of life.
Yes.
Space life.
Clearly. We got another Dr. Aphra run going. The prequel to the canon Thrawn trilogy, Thrawn Ascendancy, is coming soon. It'll be exploring a whole lot of Chiss culture and military stuff with the Chiss as well. So very excited for all of this stuff. Like I said, I'm most excited for the lightsaber book and anything to do with the High Republic. We also got a couple more sneak peeks at Charles Soule's Light of the Jedi, which will be coming out at the beginning of next year. We got new concept art of Jedi Knight Avar Kriss. At first we got like the long flowy gold robes for everybody in the High Republic stuff. We now got to see what I'm assuming is supposed to be like her field uniform.
I would assume so.
Yeah. Because it's like the darker brown and there's like a little bit of like a pauldron going on. And then I want to make sure I have my beautiful boy's name right, because I love this giant Trandoshan Jedi so much. And he's already my favorite character in this book. We have Jedi Master Sisker, the thickest Jedi in the history of the Order. In both his gold regal outfit and a field uniform that also has some pauldrons and some gauntlets on it.
Looks like a Battletoad.
A Jedi Battletoad.
And seeing him brought up the question for me of if the Trandoshans still canonically eat their own siblings who have not yet hatched.
See, that was a lore nugget I wasn't familiar with.
Because that guy looks like he did.
But yeah,
Ew.
I can't believe you, of all people, didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
It was in the big ol' new Star Wars character.
The Guide to Species and Aliens.
No, the Guide to Characters.
Oh, is this the Guide to Characters?
It's in Bosk's biography.
Well, How do we know that's a Trandoshan thing and not just Bosk being a sick son of a bitch?
Because Kradosk looked on in pride.
How do we know that Kradosk isn't equally fucked up as Bosk?
I don't know.
Bosk is like the Buffalo Bill of bounty hunters.
They do hunt Wookiees for sport in canon.
Yeah,
so
that survived. But yeah, I think the High Republic, out of like anything that is actually like lore and canon based, is probably my favorite. Like I said, the lightsaber coffee table book. I know, Alexis, you were bugging out over Avar Chris's battle outfit.
I don't know why. I just was very attracted to it. I don't have a reason.
I think it could. Yeah, I think it could be because it acts as a compliment for her hair and her otherwise fair skin.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm just super into this like medieval look for the Jedi that they're going for. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not as very clearly rooted in the prequels as the Clone Wars armor.
Right.
And it's not as like over the top as some of the KOTOR stuff used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're like, this is a nice happy middle ground. We got some pauldrons and some gauntlets, and the rest of it is like recognizable Jedi armor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the Lucasfilm Publishing.
What else we got?
Oh, also, shout out to the Force Toast podcast for their excellent Twitter thread that helped a lot of people keep track of all the news coming out of that panel, including myself. So shout out to Laura and Alice.
You are holding this fandom together.
By a thread.
Twitter thread.
Thank you. We also have lots of rumors. The lovely gentleman from Kessel Run Transmissions podcast, Noah Outlaw and Corey Van Dyke, these gentlemen have been busy.
Yeah.
We had them with that Bad Batch scoop about a month ago. And now, according to them, we are getting a young Lando Calrissian TV series for Disney Plus.
Ooh,
starring Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, reprising his role from Solo, A Star Wars Story. Are you just cringing at the name Childish Gambino? Because you laugh every time I mention it.
Yeah.
So, I'll pitch to Alexis.
This is Corellia.
This is Corellia. I got the blaster. It's a tool. Alexis, thoughts on this?
I didn't know it was a thing till this very moment. So, I really love Donald Glover, so...
Is it Glover?
I'm...
Oh. I have not been saying it right. I've just been
Have you said Glover?
Glover.
At least you weren't like
weird anyway.
Donald Flubber. I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah, I do say things weird anyway, but I usually mean to. So sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, Don.
They're good.
You know what would be easier to say?
What?
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, really.
So, Lexi, you're excited for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Levi? Oops, sorry. I can't
love what he does.
I can't see her thing flashing because Joel has the computer over there. So I can't gauge when she's about to talk, and I keep talking over you. I'm so sorry.
You do it all the time anyway, so it's fine.
Ooh, thrown under the bus there.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm sorry. I suck. I'm
sorry. I
sorry.
do that.
Well, do you have anything more to add?
Not anymore.
Oh.
I'm kidding. No, I don't. Go ahead.
That's a shame because I don't either. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Is Disney Plus?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still stealing cams, so I'd watch it.
See, this really excites me because I'm firmly in the hashtag make Solo 2 happen camp of people who just really want to see a sequel to that movie because it was a lot of fun. You know, it ends on that cliffhanger about them clearly going to meet Jabba the Hutt for the first time. There's a lot of cool stuff you can mine from this series. So if they can somehow book Donald Glover to come back as Lando for a whole TV show, maybe even a mini series, I would love that.
That'd be cool.
I think I've been seeing this all over Twitter, and I completely agree with it. There's a scene where he's just kind of chilling on the Falcon, basically recording a space vlog, where he has his like feet kicked up and he has the holo projector out, and he goes, "The Calrissian Chronicles, Chapter 57." And I'm like, yes, that's the name of the show. That is the name of the show.
Wow.
I think that would be perfect. And I mean, I don't know if they would want to set it before
Not at all.
or after.
Not at all to be thrown in the same camp with Captain's Log.
No.
Number 200.
Listen, you have somebody with the charm of Donald Glover evoking the swagger of Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
You cannot compare that
Using
to Shatner going, Captain's Log. Entry 38. The Falcon People. You can't compare those two. It's not the same thing. One sounds like a friggin' robot. The other one is trying to sleep with a robot. And that's the difference. And I hope L337 is also in this show. Because I want our droids rights activist back on the field. So hopefully it's a Solo prequel, but if not...
Yeah. Can you install customizable parts in the Star Wars universe?
Can we not?
The thing that makes this way more disturbing is that Levi is asking this question with a completely straight face. That is dissipating now, but like he just went. You could put customizable parts on a droid, right?
I just want to know.
He's like, you want to put a rocket pack on, that's all. That's all. I just want to put a rocket pack on somebody. It has nothing to do with Lando's predilections.
Ew.
I didn't do it.
Just
speaking.
So we don't know.
Speaking of Disney Plus.
Okay.
Speaking of Disney Plus, we weren't going to talk about it originally. However, there have been a little bit more developments, specifically from the lovely folks at Castle Run Transmissions, talking about the Kenobi show and these rumors bubbling up that Hayden Christensen will be appearing as one Anakin Skywalker in it. The speculation that has been provided that is slowly being re-reported by other people who are verifying the same story is that Hayden will appear as Anakin Skywalker in the show. There will be, and this is the part that's going to excite you and is definitely going to excite Alexis, Clone Wars flashbacks that will feature Ewan and Hayden in the armor. Potentially with a live-action young Ahsoka there as well.
no way. Oof.
Talk more. Talk to me.
Keep talking.
And Hayden will suit up as Darth Vader. I made all those same sounds when I listened to that podcast.
I concluded.
I've arrived.
Levi just took a big stretch and went, written and directed by George Lucas. So, aside from your groans that are going to get this episode taken off of YouTube.
Joke's on you. We don't have a YouTube following.
Thoughts on this, Levi? Or anything you want to see in particular? Like, knowing that this is out there, are there any moments you want to see?
Knowing that Kenobi is out there, or just anything?
Any of all these rumors and how they may metastasize.
I forgot the other rumors you said.
Anakin will be in it. Oh, he will also appear in like visions and dreams and shit to Obi-Wan as well. Yeah. But Clone Wars flashbacks, they will be in the original Clone Wars outfits, potential Ahsoka cameo, and Hayden will also be suiting up as Darth Vader.
Give me all of it.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. Just give it all. The only...
Because Hayden and Ewan haven't aged a fucking day.
I know. And the only thing that could make this better is if it wasn't actually a series of flashbacks that the rumors were dealing with.
Your pitch is for just an Obi-Wan story set in the Clone Wars. Live-action
Clone Wars series. But I'm not sure... I don't know. That era is just so congested. You know, I don't know if we could throw in more.
Yeah, I think there's that. I think there's also the fact that doing something set in the prequel era on a TV budget is going to be damn near impossible. Even if it's the kind of money that Disney threw at The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's all on George for doing everything on green screen.
Yep.
But we got a lot there to unpack. Alexis, knowing this information in the macro, are there any specific things that you would like to see be gleaned from these rumors?
I honestly have no clue. I'm just like, I want it to be a surprise. I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
We'll see. That's my take.
That's your take? Okay. We'll see.
Yeah.
That is a solid take. That is a solid we'll see. Here's my pitch.
Okay. Batter up. Let's hear it.
In A New Hope, when Obi-Wan and Vader see each other, the conversation they have at no point explicitly implies that the last time they saw each other was Mustafar.
Oh, yes.
It's true.
When you left me, I was but the learner. Now I have become the master, and you should not have come back. You should not have come back. If anything implies they saw each other after Mustafar.
On that very Star Destroyer.
And in Return of the Jedi, Vader says to Luke, whenever Luke's trying to sweet talk him into coming back to the light side, Obi-Wan once thought as you did. We never see Obi-Wan try to bring Anakin back. What if this story is Obi-Wan early enough into the dark times that in theory he can re-disappear and maybe make Vader think he's dead?
Maybe.
Because Vader seems incredibly confused when Obi-Wan shows up in A New Hope. Like, he does that whole like head turn once he feels his presence in the Force. First thing he does is he runs to Tarkin. And even Tarkin's like, you gotta be shitting me. What do you mean, Kenobi? Seriously?
I don't know what's shown in anything other than the movie, but that could just be honest surprise that Obi-Wan would come out of hiding.
It could be that.
Like, I don't know. I think they have the history and relationship where Vader would think, I know he's not dead. I know he's not dead, but I have more important things to do.
Yeah, I mean, I also have the bias of, I know in Legends, Vader dedicated like the very early part of his career as a Sith specifically to finding Obi-Wan. So there was a lot of that. There's also, most of that is Tarkin's reaction. Because Tarkin has that immediate moment of like, there's no way he's alive. Now, granted, part of that could be between the Purge and him being advanced in age at this point.
Yeah.
Who knows if he's still kicking around? Or Vader is convinced that Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. And we have a situation here where Obi-Wan maybe at the behest of Bail Organa, or for whatever reason, realizes Anakin's out there. Maybe I can bring him home. Maybe if I pull this off, I get to wash my hands of how large I fucked up. Save Anakin's soul. He helps us bring down the Empire. We can bring back the Jedi. We all break even. None of this ever happened.
Right. Well, that could.
And we get to see him fail. We get to see Obi-Wan lose his faith. And again, like, by the time we see Obi-Wan in the original trilogy, I think he believes what he told Luke. I think he believes that Darth Vader killed Anakin Skywalker. Mm. And we can see him become convinced of that by the end. Yeah. And that's really that's my hope for this show. But yeah, that's Kenobi talk, and I think that's all we got for you guys this week.
All right.
I'd pitched to Joel, but he is walked away from the set and is taking a nap. Actually,
indeed he is.
Is he asleep?
He's out.
Or he's just pretending.
Oh. Little Joseph.
Hey, Joel. Where can the lovely people find you? Yeah, he's out. yeah, he's out.
Well, you can find Joel at Bass and Bacon Cosplay on Instagram and at Jay the Sentinel, respectively. Lexi, where can the lovely people find you?
Acapella98 on Instagram and LexiLion98 on Twitter.
Levi.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Yeah. Oh, where can the lovely people? I thought we were gonna do a where? Yeah, can, yeah. And
okay.
You just no, it's too late.
I promise you, next week that's what's gonna happen.
The moment has passed.
People can find me on Twitter at Levi_bomb because we still haven't changed that. Even though we have said for 2 weeks now that we would. I'm not very active, but every now and then I will send a tweet out that's not about Star Wars, so...
I feel like you're subtweeting me in real life about Twitter.
And I don't tweet about Star Wars, like, at all. So.
No, I tweet about anime. Jared.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah.
The.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Find.
Yeah.
You.
On Twitter and Instagram at DarkJedi2552. And they can find the Nerd Academy podcast on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and on our website, www.thenerdacademypodcast.com.
Wow, that's a lot of places.
Where, if you're feeling generous, you can chuck in a couple credits on our Patreon to help us keep the lights on around these parts. Speaking of our Patreon, thank you to Delta 9, Case and Breon, and the Waffle Wizard for your patronage.
The big three.
The big three.
The Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity.
The Amiga.
Trinity.
The Musketeers.
Trinity. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday for our San Diego Comic-Con news roundup. Very excited for that. Thank you all for listening, and may the Force be with you always.
So are we done? Oh, Joel's not awake. We have to cut this.
No, we're going to wait till Joel wakes up, actually. Joel.
Okay.
Oh, homeboy just jumped out of his sleep.
Oh, why would you scare him like that?
I didn't. I was trying to gingerly wake him up without standing up.
Joel, what button do we press? Spacebar. All right. That's a wrap. Oh, it's funny.